Lich has returned this week, and it's not your normal Lich, because as some of you guys may know, this boss got a complete rework recently with Lich 2.0. So that means today I will have to face off against multiple Lich souls at once, a bunch of undead Moabs, all while trying to get a good least tiers score, with the best scores currently being in low 40 tiers, so that's what I'm aiming for as well. Also, as far as the rules are concerned, nothing too much going on here, besides some restrictions on heroes. Alright guys, here we go. This is going to be a fun one. I think we're going to start this thing off with a banana farm right here, and I'm also going to get a hero down round 1 as well, which is Oben. Now, Oben might seem like an odd hero pick for this challenge, but the reason is pretty simple. There's a big hero restriction on this event to begin with, so I don't have very many options. And out of the options, Oben's gonna provide me the most value because of the wall of trees, which I will be using for farming later. And also, Oben offers me easy early game defense, which is what I need. As the first objective is going to be saving up for a middle path farm, as I want to go for a monkey bank, I'm a flown, and hopefully a monkey nomics later in this run. Now, I could help my farming quite a bit by cross-pathing it. However, I definitely want to try avoiding cross-paths at all costs, since that would hurt my score quite a bit. Now, speaking about my score, what is my overall plan for this event is another thing I need to think about. Like, how am I going to defend the early tiers? How am I going to defend the later tiers? And the answer is pretty simple. I think I'm going to go for a Spike Factory Paragon, Mega Massive Munitions Factory. I'm hoping the Spike 5th tiers will defend the first 3 tiers, and then the last 2 tiers I defend with the Paragon. But to farm for that's going to be the more difficult part. And obviously, starting with Spike Factory would not work out well too. So that's another reason why Oben should pair well with this type of strategy. Alright, I think round 15 we can afford the Monkey Bank, according to my math calculations. Maybe mid-round here. Come on. There we go, got it. And we actually got a tick on it as well. I'll take that. Bank's gonna take a long time to cook up though, uncross path, so we gotta keep that in mind too. Either way, once the bank fills up entirely, we're gonna turn it into an I'm a Flown, and then once I get the I'm a Flown ability available, we are gonna go for our next farming tower, and probably my only other farming tower, which will be a heli. Well, actually, I might go for another farming tower that's a little bit less impactful in addition to the heli, but we'll talk about that later. Either way, Oben's doing a very good job defensively. I really hope I don't need to add a heli early, because that would hurt my farming process into going for the I'm a Flown. I would be able to pause it less. So I'm just gonna try to save a bunch of money right now. Ooh, purple balloons this round. Okay, let's use a brambles now. I was able to pop most of them, and I guess I'll just tank the rest. I think after round 28 concludes, we will be able to afford the I'm a Flown with a max cash out. There we go, perfect. And since I did not build a heli, I can get a full deposit into here as well. Exactly what we're looking for. How much does this heli cost in total, by the way, to support Chinook? $930 to place the heli, and I gotta spend 900 more, so that's 1,800. 5,300 with the downdraft, and then 9,500. About 14.8k, I think, is the total amount. So I will be able to afford it comfortably once I get the I'm a Flown ability available. It's just waiting for that ability will take some time. Ooh, round 31 AI might bite me as well. Am I good here? I think I'm good. Oben's kind of OP. Okay, and I can afford the heli this round, round 32. Just right when I get that I'm a Flown ability available, we go for it. Support Chinook farming today is going to be fun. The support Chinook's also really important for the strategy because I need to move like the super mines around for some of the later defense. It pairs well with the Spike Factory Paragon. But now I've got the support Chinook on our side. We want to stall every single round of time penalty to maximize our crates. Hopefully I hit time penalty. That's kind of the way you tell if you've stalled the round enough. If the time penalty starts to run up, then you've maxed out the heli crate cooldown for the round. There we go, we did it. And the next round with lead balloons is 37, so we won't need Oben hitting the balloons at all till then. But yeah, we're gonna save for special operations next, and that's my plan to defend tier 1. I could defend tier 1 with spike factories, of course. That would work towards the Paragon, but it's better if I can defend it with a farming tower. And special operations hopefully will provide enough damage. We'll see. All right, let's hit time penalty again. Nice. I think after this round, we got to collect from the I'm a Flown. We do. Perfect. Oben back in range for round 37. It's nice to have a simple early game farming setup for once, because most of the time you have to sweat out these early game farms an insane amount in boss events. But with this strategy, you don't have to sweat too hard. Just stall the rounds with the support Chinook and you're golden. I should be able to afford the special operations pretty comfortably here, but obviously on top of that, we'll be getting a spike factory as well, and let's see how this ends up playing out. It should work. I actually kind of want to move Oben on this side too, now that I think of it, because we'll be stalling the balloons on the right. Start the round, get special operations up, perfect, and then we'll be upgrading this to a mob share spikes once I can afford it. Oh wait, I need a D regrow option too. I forgot about that. So what I'll get to D regrow the Lich, and one of the main parts of this strategy is a Druid, Heart of Oak. Later, we can turn this into like a Spirit of the Forest, and it'll pair well with Oben as an additional farming option. But just a base 0/2/0 Druid is going to be enough to stop Lich from healing. So that's pretty important for the strategy. I don't have the money for a Spike Factory yet, though. So hopefully we can deal with the first skull with just Oben's Brambles in the back, possibly. Bring this into the special operations, yeah. Let's get another Marine down. Pop it. Nope. So I still need to get through that first skull, which is going to be the hard part, because I can't afford a Mob Charge Spikes yet. Okay, so we need to delay hitting that first skull then, until I have that Mob Charge Spikes on the field. So I need to get one crate from the heli off first, essentially. Heli crate, yes. Spike back here. Oh, I don't have enough for Mob Charter yet. Uh-oh. I thought I would. Maybe I can still survive the skull. Second Marine. Come on, survive it, survive it. Yes, we're surviving it. I think I'm okay. Ooh. The tier 1 boss is very difficult in this least tier, if you're trying to optimize it. We're making this work. Let's move the Druid here now, and then let's get Mob Shredder up. And that should help me out for the souls on these future tiers, while I stall the balloons on the right-hand side. That's the whole strategy. Let's see if it works. Yes, we popped the first Lich Soul. We should survive. In these future skulls, I'll have a bigger spike pile to deal with the souls. I think we're good on tier 1 here. Hopefully we can defend the entire tier 1 on round 41 as well. Don't end the round. We got only like 2 red balloons I'm stalling, unfortunately. I wish I was stalling more than that. 1 red balloon I'm stalling now. I should be good against that soul. Yep, spikes deal with it. Good. The nice part is, no matter where the boss spawns, I think the souls spawn in all the same locations. So if I can defend the souls in the first skull, we defend them on all the skulls, pretty much. Or at least that's my theory. Alright, next skull is hit. I should be fine against these. We've got a big spike pile in the back, yep. Just this 1/0/3/0 Spike Factory makes a big difference, I've got to say. And I guess Oben with the Brambles is kind of a Spike Factory in the back too. No! I let the round end. Man, the heli, like, somehow targeted that. Unfortunate. I guess we'll end this defend on round 42 then. That's fine. Come on, just defend these Lich Souls, please. It's the last group of them. I know you can. Yes. And it's technically ideal for me to wait to fully pop Lich, just so that I can get even more crates off this round from my heli. Oh wait, we need to move this to here. Keep de-regrowing Lich, that's also very important. This little Druid is helping me out so much, it's crazy. That one Druid can stop all of the de-regrow from Lich like that. That's 75 HP. I sold my... Oh, this is bad. Am I dead? I'm dead to that. No way! All the tombstones explode at the very end, I forgot about that. So I'm gonna need like 2 Marines down when we finish the boss off to clear out those undead Moabs at the very end. I'm gonna door gunner this at the very end to get good angles. Yes. And I should be fine. There we go. Perfect. Good defend. Now what's my next plan with farming, you're probably wondering? Well, it's pretty simple. We want to just continue stalling the rounds, is the main thing. And then I think we just save for Nomics next. I could go for Spear of the Forest technically before Monkey Nomics, which is also going to be part of my strategy. But Spear of the Forest isn't going to be making me that much money. So I think going for Nomics before that makes more sense. On top of the fact Spear of the Forest is going to ruin my stall on these early rounds. And it's important to stall the rounds for my heli. And it will also be important to stall the rounds for the Nomics too. But later when we get into the more difficult rounds, we can have a Spear of the Forest on the field and still be able to stall them effectively. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not going for like a Banana Central opposed to the farms I've currently got. And the reason is Banana Central first of all is kind of dependent on overclock to be good. But also these farms can just scale your income much faster in the early rounds if you can stall the rounds effectively. Oben's going to be able to get the trees soon. Making some tree income would be nice. Let's move Oben right here, and I guess we can purchase trees for $19. That's worth. This is basically a balloon trap at home, and see if I can eat some of the balloons in the tree. Yep, there we go. Good. Okay, tree's filled. That's good. Let's get a tree refresh in a second. Now, I don't know how much money I made from that, but I think it was a significant amount. We're up to 60k already, so I'm actually getting pretty close to affording that Nomics if I were to collect this and use the I'm a Flown ability. All right, let me see now. Collect. I'm 5k off. So with one more heli crate, we got it on round 53. Let's go. Yep, I have enough. Ability, Nomics. Let's go. Round 53 Nomics with a Special Operations and a Oban Tree Farm. Should be making some decent moolah now. Alright, so what's the plan going to be for the tier 2 defense? I think there's multiple ways we could take it. Carpeted Spikes is probably what I need to get, which is going to ruin my stall for the future rounds. But also, if I get Carpeted Spikes, I might as well just get Spear of the Forest up with it too, you know what I'm saying? The only other option would be like a Super Mines, which wouldn't ruin my stall, but it's a lot more expensive. I don't know if I'll be able to afford Super Mines in time. Probably not. I guess we'll see though, what my money is looking like around 60. How much does the Super Mines cost in total? It's pretty expensive. I think I'm also going to have to spend 2 extra tiers on cross-pathing the Super Mines, because the Super Mines is how we're defending a tier 3 boss, and just a 5-0-0 is not going to be enough. Either way, we'll get a Spike Storm up as well, so I can Spike Storm when the skull is reached. And I'll do the same exact tech where I have it in the back, and let's go. Oh, I also need to move my Druid. The D regrowing is super important. We should be able to stall out round 61 ideally. Can I defend all of these BFBs and stuff that is getting spawned? That's one of my main concerns too. Oh, also, collect those bananas. Abilities. Reset the trees. That's a lot of BFBs. I don't know if we're defending all of this. It looks like the Marines are actually keeping up with undead stuff, surprisingly. Marine's kind of OP. Alright, another Nomics ability. Good. I'm getting closer and closer to affording. Gonna need to end my stall here soon, because I think I've already maxed out the Nomics abilities for this round. The ability's gonna be grayed out. Yeah, it's grayed out. Okay, in the stall. Let round 62 start. Alright, now Nomics ability, Spike Storm. I should be able to afford. I can. Good. Super Mines. Crosspath on it. I'm also gonna move the Super Mines to this side, so then hopefully I can still stall balloons on the right. Did I get it up in time though? I got Super Mines so late that I'm not sure if we'll actually pop the boss entirely. It should be able to deal with the souls really fast. Like, Super Mines is strong, obviously. I don't think I even need to say that. You guys know how good Super Mines is. I don't know how many loops Lich has completed as well. Is Lich leaving? Yeah, I think Lich is leaving the center now. That's gonna be close if it works or not. Let's go with the Spike Storm. Help me out a little bit damage-wise. Okay, come on. I think I ended round 62 by accident. Nope, I still have a balloons in the back. That's good. Do I need to move my Super Mines? I think I do. Oh, it's healing as well. Okay, move Super Mines here. Don't pop all the balloons. Knock them back. We're good? Oh my gosh. It's fine that Lich is healing. I can out-damage the heal. Come on, end this defend on round 62. Yes! Good stuff. And since I was able to avoid buying a Carpet of Spikes, that means I should be able to maintain a stall in these rounds. So it's probably best I don't go for a Spear of the Forest. But yeah, we need to defend the tier 3 boss entirely with Spike Factories and no Paragon. Then we'll be getting the Spike Paragon on tier 4. That's the overall plan. Saved up 100k pretty quickly. It's a good sign. How many pops do we have on Spike Factories, by the way? 377,000 on the Super Mines. I'll be able to get a lot more Spike Factory pops during the next defend, for sure. Alright, yeah, I've decided I'm definitely gonna get Spear of the Forest up because I feel like I could use the extra income. So what I'll do this round then is get a Druid in this location. Well, I don't know if its range is gonna be big enough, but we'll get this into a Jungle's Bounty. Okay, the farm is in its range. I'm not gonna get a Spear of the Forest yet though, because it's still too early to go all the way for Spear of the Forest, so it would ruin my stall. But a Jungle's Bounty should not ruin my stall. And it will provide me a little bit of extra income. I've saved up 200k now. Still making money pretty quickly with the stall farming tech. Gotta say, it is surprising me in how effective this is. This Druid's making a couple hundred per round. I'm not actually sure. We can keep track of this round though. And we hit the time penalty, perfect. How much do you make? 360. And I think as a Spear of the Forest, we'll be making like 1800 something. Probably get Spear of the Forest up on round 80 is my thoughts. All right, guys, we need to lock in. There is only 50 minutes or less than 50 minutes remaining in the event. I had some matters I needed to attend to, but we have 3 tiers I've got to defend still. So this will be interesting. So we're on round 79 now, and I want to prepare my setup for the tier 3 defend. So we'll start off with having the Super Mines towards the front of the map. And then on top of that, I think at the end of this round, I will purchase that Spear of the Forest, just so that I can get the extra end of round cash bonus from Spear of the Forest too, while still being able to stall this round ideally, because we always want to be doing that. But yeah, we gotta lock in. They call me Last Minute Mahalik, and today we'll be putting that name to the test. Oh, one other thing I should definitely be doing as well is get a Perma Spike. Yes, let's get Spear of the Forest up now. And what will this score be if I do the math? I think we'll be looking at a 41 score with everything I've got going on, which is actually pretty good, because I'll have Carpet of Spikes as well. Let's also move Spear of the Forest in the middle for this defense, because I obviously want to make sure I'm de-regrowing Lich. That's very important. But I think the Vines of Spear of the Forest will also be pretty impactful on the defense. Oh my gosh, look at the Vines in the middle. That is ridiculous. Alright, enough with the yapping. We gotta defend. 1.1 million HP. I don't think this is necessarily going to be easy, even with the 520 Supermines. I'd imagine we're going to struggle quite a bit. I'll also be placing these special operations, but this tier is going to be the main thing that stops us from finishing, I think. Tier 4 and 5 should be relatively easy, or at least that's my hope, because the Spike Factory Paragon is absurdly strong on this map. Alright, let's move you here. Try to keep the Supermines kind of near the boss at all times. I wonder if I want to use the Vine Explosion from the Spear of the Forest during these skulls. That's also another thing I could do. I think the Vine Explosion would go crazy when the balloons are in the middle. That might be a tactic. We'll just have to play around with it a little bit. Oh, let's move this. I don't even know. Right there's fine. Alright, here we go. We're gonna hit the first skull in a second. Vine Explosion now. Oh, that insta-killed them. Alright, it insta-killed all of them besides this one at the top. I did not think it would do that much damage. Alright, that's great. If I can just have that Vine Explosion for every single skull, things are going to work out well. So Spear of the Forest was a fantastic addition then. Unfortunately though, this is not going to be a 40 tier score, which is the top scores. I think if I were to redo this, I'd probably try cutting a tier on maybe even faster production on this Supermines. But it'd probably be necessary. I guess we'll see how close this is. Or I could possibly try to cut a tier on Oben, but Oben's done so much for me in this run that I doubt that would have been feasible. Either way, we're getting this explosion back just in time actually. Let's do it again now. We took care of all of them but one. This last one's actually kind of, yeah, ruining my defend. It's always one Lich Soul remaining at the very end, which slows things down a ton. Keep on redeploying the trees when I get them available too, of course. The Permaspike's not really building a pile in the back. That was kind of my hope with it, but pretty sure it's just pile just getting obliterated from the AI balloons every time. Can I get another Vine Explosion off? I'm gonna wait this time on it a little bit. So hopefully we dealt more damage against this last soul. I don't know if that even did anything. Maybe I should have just used it right away. I don't know. The Vine Explosion from Spear of the Forest is going crazy though. I guess I should also be moving Oben here. Oben could have been buffing my Spear of the Forest this entire time. I had Oben in the front to help with the trees, but having Oben in Spear of the Forest range to help with the damage is most likely a smarter play. Alright, another Nomix ability, good. I'm gonna get the... Oh, see, since I waited to use the Vine Explosion last time, I don't have it available here. Or actually, I might get it available. Wait a second. Yeah, I got it available just in time. Alright, Vine Explosion again. Good. Wait, is Lich leaving? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. I could technically increase my damage if I had the Permaspike helping out from the get-go. That's one thing. I'm gonna be like one skull off. The big problem was the Lich Souls. The last Lich Soul every time was taking me too long. If you remember that. I wonder if I can optimize this. Like what? Let me just test. If I waited to use the explosion, like now. See, that last Lich Soul every time is just not getting popped. How close are we gonna get? How close are we gonna get here? Let's see. I definitely could be using like the Marine the Marine more too. I wasn't fully on top of my abilities. There's a couple things I could have optimized for sure. Yeah, we had like 137 KHP remaining. I think we can possibly optimize that without spending additional tiers. If this doesn't work on the second attempt, I think I've got to buy bigger stacks on my Carpet of Spikes. That's the smartest next tier I could spend. Because I can't give this too many attempts, obviously, with the time constraint. Alright, come on. Please defend. 2 skulls remaining. Vine Explosion now. Good. How am I doing even worse this time? I need to crosspath my Carpet. Okay, I think we're making it happen this time with the Carpet crosspath. The problem is I'm now running out of time. Like, it's 9:58 p.m. So the timer would have said 2 minutes right now. But the thing is, there's actually an additional hour of the event you can play. But in that final hour, you can't die at all. If you die, the run is completely voided. So we basically can't die at all in the rest of this run, which is going to be insane to play through. We hit that final skull though. Let's explode. Come on. Good. And I think hopefully we're fine here with the Carpet crosspath purchased. It's looking like I'll be okay. Bring Supermines over here. 140 HP remaining. We got this. I can't let the boss heal at all at this point. Come on. 30,000. 24,000. We've got this. 10. There we go. Easy work. Not even close. Now what I need to do is move all of my towers away, essentially. because we want to stall these rounds as much as possible to maximize our income. I need to afford the Spike Factory Paragon for tier 3, which isn't going to be easy. We are now officially in the final hour, by the way. It's 10 p.m. where I'm at. The event fully ends at 11. One problem is the Spear of the Forest Vines and the Carpet of Spikes hurt my stall, obviously. It's hard to stall with those towers on the field. So I guess one thing I could technically do is use the Spear of the Forest Explosion at the start of rounds, so then the vines aren't present for a lot of the round duration. Oh, this round I need to use a Marine though because of the DTs. Actually, no, we can stall the insides. Like that lead is perfect. Yes. All right, Marine and Vine Explosion against these ETs. We're good against them. I'm gonna need my Super Mines to help out for round 95 though, because we can't defend round 95 with the Marine. Let's bring it in the middle now. So this round is not gonna get stalled, unfortunately. Wait, we stalled a couple of ceramics somehow. I'm goated. Good, got a couple seconds of stall there. All right, how close am I to affording? Let me think. I can technically sell my Nomics and my Special Operations to get the Spike Factory Paragon, which these sell for about 110k? 120k actually. So I need 630k on hand. And the thing is I can't sell these while the boss is out either, because while the boss is out, the sell value of things goes down drastically. So instead of selling for like 120k, they're gonna sell for like 60k. No, I sold. I can't get back into the boss event. I clicked home by accident. It was just muscle memory. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, we are back. I have recreated my entire setup with the same amount of money and pretty close to the same amount of pops to what I had in that run. So we're going to complete it, of course, and basically figure out where I would have placed in the leaderboard hypothetically. And I did back out in round 99, so we're starting it from here. And yeah, I almost had the abilities off cooldown as well. I'm just going to wait a little bit to use these to try to replicate what would have happened. We'll use them now to the best of my ability. Obviously, it's not going to be a one-to-one replication, but I'm trying. So how much money do I have to work with? We've got 584k on hand. I also did have a max collect available in the previous run, so we'll collect this too. 597k on hand. And is that enough money to afford my Spike Factory Paragon here? It's not. Well, actually, technically is if I sell the Spear of the Forest. I think I would need to sell it, though, beforehand, because if I keep it up, look what happens. Its sell value gets dropped drastically. That's what Lich does to you. I'm still 1k off, but we can make that 1k pretty quickly, just from regular balloons. And yeah, hopefully with the Spike Factory Paragon pops I was able to get, which was roughly 3 million in the previous run. I think we have like 3.2 here, a little bit of a difference. Hopefully that doesn't change anything. We'll get a decent degree Spike Factory Paragon. I guess also we probably best to wait a little bit to get it, even if I can afford right away, just to farm a couple more pops. I can't die though. I'm not sure if Super Mines can handle all of the undead stuff forever. I think it will get overrun eventually, but this is getting pops really quickly. Let's use the trees. Make some money from that too. All right, Spike Factory Paragon now. What degree do I get? Pretty sure you need degree 20. I got 33. Okay, so that's actually more than enough. I would have easily got degree 20 in the previous run. And now, did I get it early enough to pop the boss down? I should have. Even though that the boss is healing, that's one of the main things we got to worry about. Now, the other thing with recreating the run is my total time is completely messed up. Oh, wait. The souls go through. Let's have the Spike Factory Paragon on the left-hand side then. But yeah, as I was saying, the other thing with recreating the run is that my total time is going to be slightly messed up. So the way I'll be able to figure out what my hypothetical time would have been is just adding how long the tier 4 and tier 5 defend take me to what my previous time was already at, including the time penalty. So we're able to get a decent idea on it. Obviously, this is not perfect. It would have been best if I could have just submitted the run in time, but things happen. This is the best alternative we can do. Either way, we're going to put some spikes in the back, just so that I can deal with the Lich Souls, and hopefully I can get the Spike Again ability off. That's the main thing that makes Spike Factory Paragon OP on this map. Watch the Spike Again ability go crazy here. Use it now. It places an insane amount of spikes on the map, and oh my gosh! That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Look at how many there are in the center. You would think it's a glitch, and honestly it could be, but there's an explanation to why there's so many in the center. The first explanation is the center of this map layers over itself 3 times. So there's 3 times as many tracks in the center, which means there's going to be more spikes. But the other reason is that I think the way the Spike Again works is it doesn't throw the same amount of spikes on every map. It throws more based on how many tracks are on the map. And this map in specific has an insane amount of tracks because there's like one that goes this way, one that goes this way, one here, one here. So I think there's 8 separate tracks, which means the density of these Spike-A-Geddons in the middle is multiplied by 8 for the amount of tracks there are, and then multiplied by an additional 3 because it layers over itself 3 times. And that's why there's just a nuts amount. So with all that being said, I think we'll be fine against the tier 5 defend, even though I had to sell my Spirit of the Forest to afford the Spike Factory Paragon. But I guess we'll see on that. Nothing else to really say about the run though. Most of the work was done through in tiers 1 through 3, as I was saying at the start. Once you get the Spike Factory Paragon up, things are pretty simple. Just gonna target most spikes in this area probably, because that's the first spot the boss will hit. All right, and here we go. Boss is coming out next round. Let's go. 24 million HP. Should go down pretty quickly. Yeah, let's use the Spike-A-Geddon right away. That'll hopefully hit the first skull. Maybe it won't, especially with the healing. You don't really get the benefit of the Spike-A-Geddon until the boss hits the center where every single spike is. Oh wait, the Lich Souls are gonna actually activate all the Spike-A-Geddons though when they spawn. So I might not benefit off the damage if Lich is immune at that timing. I guess we'll see. This will be interesting. Let's use this attack speed up ability too. Wait, nope, we're definitely benefiting off the damage. Holy cow, we just insta-killed 2 skulls. And I'm about to get another explosion off. Now. Oh wait, that didn't redeploy them though, because there's a couple that weren't activated. That's how the Spike Factory ability works. Let's get a couple manual spikes back here, while I wait to get Spike again off cooldown one more time. Just so that if random Lich Soul spawn, I don't die. We got the boss healing a little bit too. I think it'll be okay though. As long as I get the Spike again off. Come on. Now, pop the rest of the boss. Yes? Yes? Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Spike-A-Geddon goes crazy. I think we're good. Even with the boss healing. We should be able to out-damage the heal. Actually, I'm not out-damaging the heal. But we are going to get another Spike-A-Geddon ability off in a second. So despite the healing, I'm going to be okay, right? Explode? We're good. Total time ended up being 12:05, and our score would have been 42 tiers. So let's figure out where I would have placed on the leaderboard. Add some times up and everything. You know what I'm saying? All right, so in my previous run, when I unfortunately backed out, I had a total time penalty of 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Definitely could have optimized to get less time penalty, but it is what it is. So we need to add that to the boss defend times, which my total boss defend time through 3 tiers was roughly 17 minutes. It means the total amount of time I've used up before doing this add-on thing was 25 minutes and 32 seconds. Then just now I defended tier 4 and 5 in 5 minutes and 26 seconds, which means my total score would have ended up being 42 tiers in 31 minutes. So now I guess the question remains, where would that have placed me on the leaderboard hypothetically? Thankfully, I took screenshots of the leaderboard before the boss event ended, and the top scores were 40 tiers as I was expecting. But as far as the people submitting 42 tiers, I would have finished on the back end of them. I was actually pretty slow, with a 7th place finish. So not terrible, but I definitely did learn my lesson to get my runs done sooner. I thought I'd have time in the final day, but you know how life is, things pop up sometimes. Either way, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, and yeah, the Spike Factory Paragon is just absolutely nuts on that map. Honestly, think about trying the Paragon on that map again for another challenge in the future. But peace out, like and subscribe if you enjoy. Have a good one, guys.